Hi everybody, we're going to do our weekly tarot forecast for this week coming up. It'll be starting tomorrow, Monday, February 17th, and bringing us all the way up to next Sunday, February 23rd. You can see we have 4 piles of cards here in front of us. We're going to call these piles 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just see which pile you're drawn to the most. You can look at the way that they're positioned. You can see what cards are peeking out from under it. You could do it based on the way the light is reflecting, you know, where the candle is, where the moon crystal is, or what your favorite number is. There's really no right or wrong way to do it. You always want to trust that whatever you're drawn to, that's what you're meant to hear. Those are the messages. And within each pile, we're going to pull 7 tarot cards that will represent the daily energies of the 7 days of the week. And then we're going to have additional cards that are just the overall energy of the week and the themes that you'll be working through as you go through each individual day. All right. So again, pile 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can jump ahead to the actual pile reading that you'd like by looking at the timestamps in the description box below the video. All right. So go ahead and make your choice. All right, for those of you that chose pile 1, we're going to get started by pulling the overall energies for this week. So we have the Whale and Orca Elders. Share your song, frequency of sound, diving deep. We have the number 6 card, the Beaver Spirit. Lay a solid foundation. Number 85, follow your dreams. And you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. All right, so these are beautiful messages for this week. So first of all, let's just talk about the Whale and the Orca Elders, about sharing your song. So here's what we want to remember about the Whale and the Orcas, and this is from our Starseed Oracle deck. So when we talk about star seeds, we're really talking about a higher vibration of energy. And there's a lot of belief that whales and dolphins carry wisdom inside them that, you know, they brought to this earth. And while they live in the ocean and our, you know, interactions with them is limited, there's a really strong belief that they are sharing wisdom with us in the way that they live their life. And their energies and their vibrations of the way that they communicate contribute to the vibration of our earth on a really big level, okay? So when a whale or a dolphin card comes up, it's really about sound energy and the way that they exemplify communication through vibration. And it's also about, you know, with whales living deep in the ocean, it's about kind of embracing the mystery of life, embracing where you're currently at. And being true to yourself. Sharing your song is using your voice. It's being true to yourself. It's being confident in yourself. So this is a message of understanding that the words that you speak this week and your authenticity to yourself, the way that you spend your time this week is going to matter. All right. I mean, it matters all the time anyway, but be especially cognizant of what you're saying, how you're saying it. Are you expressing your truth? Are you being honest in the way that you communicate with the people that you care about? How are you handling your relationships? Right now, we're going into Mercury retrograde. The energy is here. It officially starts tomorrow, but it's definitely here. And something with Mercury retrograde, and I'm actually going to do a totally separate series of videos for all the signs on this. With Mercury retrograde, we're really going to go over old ground again, which means we're going to kind of slow down and we're going to go through some lessons that we've already been through that we need to revisit. Okay. So we are going to have situations show up where maybe it's conversations that we've already had. They're coming up again where we're going to have them, but we're going to have to be really careful of what we're saying and how we're saying it. Communication is a big deal with Mercury retrograde because it's how we express ourselves and then how we're receiving information. So we want to be very, have like a heightened awareness right now about how we're communicating and the energy that we're putting off. I do feel like this is going to be a week where you're going to be really into deep ideas, meaning you're not going to be really satisfied with surface level conversations like, hey, how's the weather? Are you watching any good shows? You're actually, I think, maybe going to be craving a little bit more meaningful conversations this week. And I think those conversations are going to be around something that's in your heart and mind to do. So you have the Beaver Spirit coming through. and the follow your dreams. I think that there's probably something on your mind and heart right now in terms of a goal that you want to achieve, something you want to get started on, something that inspires you, something that you really care about. I think you're going to want to focus your attention on whatever this is for you, okay? So whatever brings your soul peace, whatever really, gets you fired up and makes you feel passionate, I think that you should pursue that, okay? So that if that means having conversations about an idea, if it is working with somebody, if it's having a conversation about, with your spouse or your other half about, hey, I want to try this out and I'm going to take the first steps, laying a solid foundation with the beaver spirit is definitely a piece of advice in terms of whatever it is that you are going to work on or look into. You want to have all of your information, okay? But I definitely think this is a week where there's going to be some focused attention for you in something that you've been wanting to do. Maybe this is something that's been on the back burner a little bit, something that you've been putting off, like, you need to take steps, like you want to redo a room in your house and you haven't necessarily taken the steps to get the room ready. But this is the week where you're going to clean the room out. You're going to prep your space, right? You're going to do the thing, start the action steps for doing what it is that you really want to get done, okay? And I believe that whatever it is going to be an expression of your soul because you have this whale and orca card coming up. I think that whatever this focus is for you is going to be a heart-centered type of a project, and here we have that green heart chakra foundation. We also have the turquoise coming up big time, the turquoise and the blues, right? So we have the heart in the center and we have that third eye and throat coming up around it, which is really about connecting to your intuition and expressing yourself as needed, okay? In an authentic way. It's in a way, you're saying and you're doing the things that really are going to push you forward as you lay this foundation for following whatever it is that you're trying to create right now. Okay. We're creators. So whether it's something tangible you want to create, or it's a goal that you have and you want to start doing the research, if you want to go back to school, you're going to really do your research this week of what your options are. You're going to get all of your information, right? Laying a solid foundation is really just having all of your information detailed, laid out. You don't want any surprises, especially when it comes to the fact that we're in Mercury retrograde. Because sometimes the things that we start during this season, if we don't do a thorough of enough job with what we're doing, what we're looking into, it will be up for review at some other point. It's not going to be as solid or as stable as we might want it to be. So if you're looking to create something with a lot of stability and a lot of long-term, stamina, then you're going to need to really take your time, put the attention in, follow your heart, really make it, all your decisions from a place of authenticity of like what would really make you happy. And then with this new moon in Cancer, this is like the emotions, right? So a Cancer card is coming up. You and your loved ones are safe, all is well, right? So it's almost like green light go in whatever it is that you really want to pursue. And it's definitely an emotional thing, okay? So this is definitely a week where you're going to be operating from a space of something that's near and dear to your heart. All right, so we have the King of Coins coming up. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so we have some interesting energy. All right. Okay, so when we're starting off on Monday with the King of Coins, this represents really being able to manifest your goals. The King of Coins, he has all the wisdom that he needs. You could see his crown has all of those green crystals in the crown, and he has that coin. This is a symbol of abundance. This is a symbol of having all the skills that you need. This is somebody who really knows himself. You can see the animal totems on the bottom, the wolf and the stag, the deer. So, this is very much a strength card. This is a leadership card, okay? So When it comes to tomorrow at Monday's energies, I think you're going to want to work from a space of trusting your gut, trusting your decisions, taking the lead on things that are important to you right now. So if this is, let's say looking into taking those steps that you want to take, this is the day where you're really going to be that authoritative energy of, okay, I'm going to take my action steps. I'm going to work towards my goal here. Okay. So tomorrow's energy is, excuse me, a powerful one, and it's one that requires your self-confidence and your trust, okay? So trust in your heart, trust in the decisions that you're led to. On Tuesday, you might have a new opportunity coming in. Somebody might present you with some assistance or some help, because here we have the Page of Coins, which really represents something new to the table, okay? So here we have the beginning of something, with this King of Coins and operating with that leadership. And the Page of Coins, I think something's going to present itself to you, like a new idea, or somebody's going to pop in and say, oh, I could help you with that. And you're really kind of on your journey, okay? Wednesday, we have the Three of Wands coming up, and that I just like that winds up getting put overneath, over on top of the Follow Your Dreams. Because the Three of Wands, you can see here, he is standing at the shoreline looking out, deciding where he's headed, right? And Wands in the tarot is creation. It is manifesting from your heart. It's following and pursuing the things that are on your mind and heart. So the Three of Wands is an action card also, okay? So Monday, we're really laying down the plans, taking some action steps. Tuesday, we're being open to what comes through. Any new information that gets presented to you, if somebody in conversation gives you some new ideas, if you happen to mention, oh, I'm looking into doing X, Y, and Z, and they say to you, oh, I could introduce you to somebody who could help you with that. My advice would be to be open to that, all right? So I want Tuesday to be a really open-hearted day for you, and look for the signs that are going to come in to guide you. Because when we're laying, this Page of Coins is coming up on that lay a solid foundation. So there might be somebody new that is going to show up that can be of assistance to you in some way, whether they're a mentor or a guide or an expert in some way. That will maybe be happening on Tuesday, okay? And then Wednesday, it's the Three of Wands. You're really going to be introspective, right? Here's going to be a day where you're in your head and your heart, and you're really visualizing, and you're thinking about what you're looking forward to ahead. You're thinking about the steps that you're going to take. You're making a decision, in which way to go, all right? It's going to be a day of thought, all right? And Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have the Tower. So the Tower represents, well, it looks catastrophic and everything looks like it's falling apart. The Tower is a shifting moment, okay? It's when something does break down to an extent to be reformulated and reconfigured, put back together in a different way. So this, when it comes to this energy, because I do believe, because of the cards that have come up, that this is something that's a heart-centered thing for you. If anything feels like a challenge on Thursday, just go with it, because the Tower card is for our own good. The Tower always shows up when Spirit is like, come here, I got to help you out. You're looking in the wrong direction. Let me get you back focused, okay? Because right after that, you end the week on Friday with that Three of Coins. And the Three of Coins is an awesome energy for creation, okay? The Three of Coins, he is working on his goals. He's got his plans in front of him. This is focused attention. This is another manifesting card, right? So here on Wednesday, we're a little bit more like in our heads, introspective, thinking about things. But by Friday, we're going to actually be taking the action and getting things done. You're going to feel like you're getting stuff accomplished by the end of the week. You'll have made some phone calls. You'll have gathered information. Whatever information came through on Thursday that needs to refocus your attention, that's okay, all right? Because then it's going to set you heading in the right direction, and you're going to be able to make some headway, all right? By Saturday, we have the Two of Wands, and you can see this Two of Wands is like this gate opening up. This card has all the colors. We have the green and the purple and the yellow. This is really a card where we're coming into balance, where we're moving in this new forward direction with a clear sense that gate is opening up because this is the right place for us to be headed, okay? This is an awesome card for this, like, let's get the show on the road here. We're not going to be thinking too much anymore, like we know exactly the right way to be going. And then we have the week ending on Sunday with the King of Wands. Okay, so we started with the King of Pentacles, this manifesting, and we're ending the week with the King of Wands, who also is a beautiful, confident manifester. He has passion, he has energy, he has momentum behind him. Okay, so while the King of Coins is a little bit more intellectual and thinking and planning, we have the King of Wands that's way more action oriented. So I see this progression of the week going where you're really going to be fine tuning what you want to pursue. And you're going to be really kind of pursuing something that matters to your heart. It's going to make you happy. I think this is something that you have wanted to be taking action on and moving towards for a while. Okay. You're going to have a lot of inspiration coming through. You can be assured that although, like, if at any point this week you get emotional and you start to, I don't know, have any self-doubts or question, how much time you have to do something new, or do you have what it takes to do something new? I just feel like this new moon in Cancer is really a validation of everything is fine. Like, follow the emotions that you feel, follow the inspiration, all is well. Like, this is very much an affirmative week of following your heart and really pursuing something that matters to you. That's definitely where you're at. You have the green light to pursue something that matters to you this week. So for those of you that chose pile number 1, I wish you an awesome week. I'd love to hear if you want to share in the comments anything that you are working on, and best of luck. I think you're going to get a lot accomplished this week. Have a great week. Hello, pile number 2 people. We're going to get started pulling your cards. We're going to pull our overall messages for the week. Got some colorful cards coming up for you. Ooh, a lot of energy coming through in your cards. Pretty cool. Okay, so you are getting the water your garden. Nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest is coming through as an overall theme. So this is self-care. This is self-love. This is doing what needs to be done for your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so this is about mental, emotional, and physical well-being and health. Whatever you may have been lacking, if you're burning the candle at both ends, you're working really hard. Maybe you're a parent and you're running around with your children. Maybe you work full time. Maybe you're navigating, multitasking a lot of things. Maybe you have a lot of things that projects that you're working on besides working full time. Whatever you're splitting your attention between, the messages coming through that this week, you really want to find downtime. You really want to find practices and moments in the week that are going to make you feel more rested, that are going to make you feel better, that are going to bring peace to your mind. All right. I think maybe you want to think about doing something with cleansing, like whether you take an Epsom salt bath to get some toxins out, do some energy healing, watch what you're eating, drink a lot of water. I feel like coming through right here definitely is that your body is in need of some love and some TLC. You're coming through with the 46 Peacock Spirit, Let It Shine. I love this card. It's one of my most favorites. The Peacock Spirit is a self-confidence, strut your stuff, be who you are and don't hide yourself for anyone, okay? Don't dull your sparkle. You see that all the time, right? But that's really what it means, and you can see, I don't know if you can tell on this card, but this peacock spirit right from its heart center has this faint light shining, right? So this is all about, notice all the green and the blue. This is all about letting your heart chakra just lead your path and walk through each day this week with a confidence, with a self-assurance that should really be unshakable, okay? Because when we have our green and our blues connected together, this is a connection of our heart and our soul. This is our higher self operating and helping us make our choices, giving us the words we need to say. This is like a soul strength card, and I love it because it's a very stable energy, all right? So this week, there should not be anybody that can rock you because you're going to tap into this peacock spirit that validates that you're awesome. You don't need to change. You don't need to doubt yourself. You don't need to quiet your voice. You don't need to, worry about any judgment from anybody else. All is well, all right? And then you're coming up with the number 32 card for music. So I feel like I'm getting a vibe of just overall like self-love, okay? So we're going to physically, emotionally, mentally work on our self-love this week. We're going to walk with self-love each day this week, and even do things that inspire you, bring you peace, whatever music, the role that music plays in your life this week. Go with it. Like, listen to the music that lifts you up, the music that might energize you, the music that you really, really connect to. You should be listening to it. If you play music, make sure you're playing your music. Go dancing, have some fun, right? We want to lighten things up. I feel like you've been carrying a load. This is why you need rest. And then you're coming through with this full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches, right? So a full moon is the ending of a moon cycle, which means that you've been a little bit on a journey. You've been through this cycle where you've been putting in the effort. Capricorn represents really hard work, focused attention, success. This is a tough worker. This is an ambition card, right? So if you have been putting in a lot of effort and really going hard towards your goals, towards, making things happen in your life, that's awesome. But Spirit is saying, hey, this week, relax. You've done so much hard work. You need to just let the energy settle in. Because what happens is we're putting all of our effort in. We have to acclimate, and we kind of have to let the energetic shifts that happen for us. Energy is subtle. We don't feel it when it's happening, but we have to give it time to settle in. So when we start to feel run down and really fatigued, or our minds are cloudy, or maybe our emotions are getting the best of us, that's when you kind of have to check yourself and realize, I think I need to take a step back. I need a bit of a break. I need to get my mind off of the work. I'm going to get my mind off of the to-do list. And instead, I'm going to watch something that makes me happy. I'm going to watch shows that make me laugh. I'm going to listen to my favorite music. I'm going to go dancing with my friends. I am going to let loose and just have fun. I am going to stop trying to get things done on my to-do list every single day. I'm going to go less hardcore, and I'm going to do the things that fill my soul up and rejuvenate me, because we all have an ebb and flow, all right? Just like the tides. We need that time of rest in order to then regain our energy for the next cycle of effort, okay? So we all need to honor that. And that's definitely a theme that I'm seeing for you this week. So now I'm going to pull out your daily cards, okay? So you have for tomorrow, Monday, the Lovers, Tuesday, I'm not reading them reversed for this week, so that's why I'm putting them all right side up. So Tuesday we have the Hanging Man. Wednesday we have the Seven of Wands. Thursday we have the Queen of Coins. Friday we have the Death card. And Saturday the Six of Swords. Sunday ending with the Four of Wands. Okay. So tomorrow we have the Lovers card. This is a card that represents connection. This could be about a romantic relationship. It could be about a really close friendship, any relationship in your life. This is a union card. So this is about connecting with somebody else. So this is about, definitely just maybe spending time with somebody that really makes you feel happy, makes you feel relaxed. Something interesting and important about the Lovers card is that there's no pretense here. There's no having to fake who we are, or having to put up any fronts and having to worry about what the other person thinks. Each of these people in this situation can be authentic. They have a true, authentic connection. So I would say to take that message of spend your time on Monday with somebody who is that type of a really close relationship to you, that allows you to relax and allows you to just be yourself, put on your PJs, take your makeup off, just be yourself and not have to worry about the performance piece of what we all do every day, right? You don't have to be your work self. You don't have to be in that vibe of, performing for somebody else. Tuesday, we follow with that Hanging Man, okay? So the Hanging Man is just chill out. All right, the Hanging Man is when Spirit keeps us stationary. Spirit keeps us in a place of just status quo. So I feel like Monday and Tuesday, you're starting the week off gently. You're starting off with energies of connection and peace as much as possible. And you're just going to sit in that energy, okay? You're going to stay focused on the things that make you feel relaxed. You are going to take a rest, okay? You're not going to pursue anything actively. You're not going to be working hard to achieve, lots and lots of stuff on your to-do list. You're going to do just what needs to be done, okay? And be okay with that, because Spirit's saying you have to hang out, you have to relax, you have to rest. He's tied up in the tree, just hanging out and swinging. And, and he's just kind of coming back into balance, because that is what's called for right now. Okay, so when we rest, our energies are allowed to reset and recalibrate. So Monday and Tuesday, I see you doing that. And I see one of the ways of that happening is the joy and the connection that you have with somebody else. So if you're spending time, make sure it's peaceful time, right? Like no arguing, no stress, no heavy conversations, like just being together and absorbing each other's company is perfectly good. And even if you don't have somebody in your life like that, be that for yourself, by the way. Just like show up for yourself in making the choices and surrounding yourself in the environment in every way, in every sense, okay? What you're hearing, what you're seeing, what you're eating, what you're smelling, like put on things that really bring peace to your soul. Light the candles that make you feel good, that you enjoy smelling, that bring peace. Eat the food that brings joy and happiness for you. Just honor yourself and just sit tight Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to shift into a little bit of a different energy. The Seven of Wands is a bit of a conflict card. This is a little bit of a self-defense card, okay? So I don't know if there's going to be somebody on Wednesday that's just going to kind of trigger you. It's going to, somebody might be a little bit aggravating to you, or there might be a situation. You may or may not feel like you need to have a tough conversation. You need to defend yourself or explain yourself. I'm not really sure what that's going to be about for you, but it's sitting over here on top of the music card. So let your coping mechanism on Wednesday, especially if you do have any stress at work, and it doesn't mean that anybody's going to come at you personally. It could just be like maybe Wednesday's just an off energy day, or maybe you don't get a lot of sleep the night before and you're a little bit irritable, right? The Seven of Wands is kind of like, listen, I'm doing my thing, leave me alone, right? And you don't really want to have to explain yourself, but yet the Seven of Wands is a card where it kind of, you might have to explain yourself to somebody, okay? It might be like there might be some type of an irritant on Wednesday, and that's okay, because you're just going to check out when it's done. You're going to listen to your music. You're going to go back into this zone right here. All right. And it is what it is. It's not a big deal. So on Thursday, we're coming up with the Queen of Coins. Now, the Queen of Coins is another different energy. Okay. So we started off easy in the week with that like period of rest. Wednesday kicked in with maybe like a little bit of a challenge. Thursday, we're showing up with the Queen of Coins, which she is abundance and she is creation and manifestation. She has all these beautiful animals around her. She's got the fox, she's got the bunny, the birds, the butterflies. She is connected to nature and creation, okay? So the Queen of Coins is a creator. So what's on your mind on Thursday? What are you going to create for yourself? What are you going to do? What experience are you going to create? Are you going to go someplace new? You're going to be tapped into an energy of just like doing something that matters to you, okay? So you might like make plans to spend, a fun night out to dinner with your friends, or you might spend some time working on something new that's on your heart. Maybe a new project you're going to get started on, okay? Whatever it is, it's going to be a good day. The Queen of Coins, that's a good energy, all right? That's a good day Thursday. So I feel like overall you're really going to have, I think, a nice week. You have the Death card showing up on Friday. The end of a tough cycle approaches, and then we've got the Death card on top of it. I love that because, all the cards end up where they're supposed to be. So you are coming to the end of something that has been challenging. So if this is a work thing, if this is a colleague, if this is a situation at work, it's not going to last. It's like going to be done, okay? And whatever lots and lots of effort you've been putting in, whatever you've really been working hard for, this it really is, by the end of the week, going to shift into a new vibe, all right? So you've just completed some type of a cycle or moment in your life where things are going to be shifting, all right? So something is ending. It's going to be a little bit easier. And then we move forward Saturday with the Six of Swords. This is a new beginning. This is a journey, okay? And you can see they're on a rowboat. It's like the sun is rising, but we still see the moon in the sky. So this is about journeying into a new chapter. It's about making a change. This is about, just having faith and venturing forward. So whatever's done here, we have a shift in your focus. On Saturday, you are going to be maybe trying something new. If you decide you want to go somewhere, go for it, okay? If you're taking like a weekend trip away, that's fine. This travel of a Six of Swords like always to me is very much like, you know, you're going someplace new, but it's going to be good. Okay. And you might have some new ideas. So Saturday, you might be waking up with like inspiration for something new of, I want to change direction. I want to start something new. I want to learn something new, because swords is mental energy, right? So a 6 of swords is definitely like a shift in focus. Okay. So we're ending the tough part of whatever this cycle has been for you. We're shifting focus, and we're ending Sunday with the 4 of wands, which is really a happy card. This is a celebratory card. This is like a party card. It's a union. It could be a marriage. It could be any type of a party. The 4 of wands is stable, and it's really just a positive, happy card. Okay. So it's really about like being with people and celebrating union, celebrating togetherness, celebrating something new that you're creating together. The 4 is the stable foundation of something new. So if this focus kind of brings you here on Sunday with like some really good ideas and really good conversations with people, pay attention to that, because that might play a role coming up ahead in your future. So overall, I think your week really needs to be focused on yourself and in getting the rest and the self-care in that emotional, physical, mental way, whatever you need. If and when you have any conflict or struggles or challenges that show up, they're going to be short-lived. Just don't engage too much, okay? Because with this self-care and this rest coming up, and the fact that this is over the music card, just deal with it to the whatever degree you have to deal with it. Don't go overboard. Don't go on into deep attack mode. Address a problem if a problem comes up. Have the conversation if you have to. However, then let it go. Don't gossip about the person. Don't draw it out. Don't make a lot of drama around it, because it's not going to be lasting anyway. So there's just no use for you to get crazy fired up about anything. All right. Just let it be. You're going to finish the week that Thursday with the Queen of Coins, really positive, confident, beautiful creation energy. Friday, you're closing up the cycle that's been challenging for you. Saturday and Sunday, you're heading in a new direction of very positive things, right? So that Saturday energy is, gee, I don't know. I'm not totally sure what I want or where I'm headed next. But by Sunday, you're going to feel way more confident and optimistic. Okay, so if on Friday you're a little bit hesitant and not sure what to expect of whatever is coming up ahead, Sunday I think you're going to be feeling a lot more optimistic. I think all is well, so I hope you have a good week. I hope you have the rest that you deserve, and I hope that you focus your attention on yourself, stay strong, operate from that Queen of Coins energy, and I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching. Hi. So for those of you that chose pile number 3, we're going to get started. We are going to pull your overall energies for the week first. Okay, we have We the Hathors, Deep Love, Mother's Milk, Birth as a Portal. Mouse Spirit, Tend to the Small Things. Domestic Harmony. And Bring Love into the Situation. Okay, so pile 3. There's something going on at home this week. There's something involving family that I'm seeing, because we have this deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. This is some type of creative energy, right? But a creation in terms of family, all right? We have Mouse Spirit, Tend to the Small Things. New Moon in Aquarius, Bring Love to the Situation. Domestic Harmony. There might be something that you need attention to at home. I'm just going to say that your attention is really going to be focused on home this week. It's really going to be focused on you, your home, your family, the people that you're closest to. If there is any disharmony, okay, if there's anything that's holding that idea of harmony back, if there's any arguments or disagreements, or maybe there's just stresses and worries, bringing love into the situation. So we're going to be probably working on mindset this week. You're probably going to really have to focus on where your head is at. How are you thinking about things? You know, this deep love, mother's milk, this is like, you know, when we think about this birth, okay, the process of birth is, you know, going through the birth canal. That's very uncomfortable. It's very difficult and challenging when a baby is being born for both the baby and the mom, right? And then we have that mother's milk, that nourishing energy once you're on the other side. It's really that unconditional love and being provided for everything that you need. So I feel like If there is some type of a challenge that's been going on in your home or amongst family members, I think that you're going to be focused on that this week, but not in a bad way, because you're being called to bring love into the situation. So you're going to have to think with love. You're going to have perspectives that are loving and compassionate for yourself and all involved. When we have the mouse spirit tending to the small things, we're really going to be thinking about the details. You know, we tend to think that life happens in all the biggest moments, but in reality, our life, the biggest moments turn out to be the most tiny, tiny moments. They're the conversations that happen that you don't think are a big deal. They're the acts of love that are tiny, little, generous moments that you don't think are any big deal. Like buying your spouse their most favorite ice cream just to make them happy, or saying, hey, how was your day? Randomly, right in the perfect moment when they've had a rough day, right? So when we're talking about bringing love in and tending to the small things, we're really going to be paying attention to our relationships and how we show up for our relationships, and what can we do for the people that we love and for ourselves that is demonstrating unconditional love. That's saying, hey, you know what, we're in a rough moment, or things haven't been exactly the way we want them to be. However, we're going to focus on the love that exists, not the negative, right? Because nothing is perfect. There's no situation, there's no household, there's no relationship, whether it's romantic or family or friendship, doesn't matter. There is no such thing as perfect. And so when we work through the moments that are challenging to us, and when we get into the habit and the routine of seriously committing to a loving, compassionate, forgiving perspective, then we'll see a massive change, okay? So we're going to look at things that, you know, in the details this week, all right? So for Monday's energy, we have the 8 of Swords. Tuesday, the Knight of Cups. Wednesday, the Wheel. Thursday, the Magician. Friday, the Page of Cups. Saturday, the 5 of Swords. And Sunday, the Fool. Okay. So we're definitely going to see some interesting energy shifts for you for the week. So we're starting off on Monday with the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords it's really kind of a self-imposed struggle. The 8 of Swords is a challenging situation. You can see that, you know, her hands are binded, her eyes are covered, she's surrounded by these 8 swords. But then you see inside her hands this light that is just yearning to bust out. So the 8 of Swords is an opportunity card. This is an opportunity to say and express whatever you feel like you need to. If you have been holding something back in a relationship where you're feeling like you can't be honest, or you can't say how you really feel, or you feel stuck, maybe there's a problem that you're like, I don't know, I feel helpless to solve this problem. I don't know how we're going to get past this. I don't know how we're going to figure this situation out. If you're feeling stuck, that is going to be shifting. So Monday, the vibe is potentially feeling frustrated or stuck by a situation. Now, if it is this relationship, you know, because I'm getting this family vibe, just understand this message of bring love into the situation. That's this light coming through in this card, okay? When we have bring love into the situation, the light coming from her hands, that's the love that Spirit is referring to. You are a being of love, okay? And at any given moment, you can amplify that love with the words that you speak, the actions that you take. Just simple gestures will break all these bindings free. So sometimes when we have disagreements and we have a lack of domestic harmony, it's because here we are feeling this way, but when we try and express how we're feeling, we're like getting really defensive, or maybe we go into attack mode and we place blame on the other person that, you know, we're feeling this way because of them. That's not shining your light, okay? Shining your light would require you to go into your heart and really be able to express calmly to another person, hey, listen, I am feeling really stressed out because of whatever the situation is. It would mean a lot to me if you could understand this, if you could help me, if you could do X, Y, and Z, okay? the way that you communicate really shifts everything. And I think you're going to do a good job communicating tomorrow, because if you have a conversation like this, or you have this moment where you have to break free of this energy, I think you're going to find the right words to do it, because the swords is mental energy. All right. So you're going to combine your intellect, your words, the precision of your words, the true ability to determine, to describe how you feel, with your heart, with that light, with your soul. So you're going to speak from a place of soul tomorrow. And by Tuesday, the energy will have shifted, because then you're going into the Knight of Cups, right? So whatever this energy is tomorrow, I want you to face it head on, and I want you to be able to lovingly, compassionately, and honestly speak your truth, because I think it's going to shift. Whoever you're speaking it to is going to receive it well. The Knight of Cups is a change in emotional energy. The Knight of Cups is an advancement in a relationship. It is a message of progress. I was going to say progression, but it's all about emotions, right? So you're going to speak your truth here, and on Tuesday, I think you're going to feel a different vibe. And there's that idea of tending to the small things, saying what needs to be said so that you can break out of that energy. Wednesday, you have the Wheel. This is really indicating that things are going to be good. I believe that you have interesting cards. So you have the Wheel here, and then you're coming up with the Magician and then the Fool. So you have the new beginning cards. The Wheel indicates really like the universe is in charge, and this domestic harmony. I think things are going to go well at home, and whatever the situation is, as long as you stay in a place of really being authentic to yourself, really communicating well, communicating your emotions well, living from that place of compassion and forgiveness. Do not hold a ton of grudges this week. Do not keep placing blame. You're not going to see any positive change if you hang on to whatever the judgments are that you might have against somebody else, okay? Now, Spirit's going to be giving you an opportunity Thursday to really have a say in how this all goes. That's coming up with the Magician card. So the Magician, you can see his hands are being held out. Again, now the light streaming between his two hands, just like the light was trying to break out of her hands. This is this idea of you need to work with your light. This is conscious intention, right? This is consciousness of you deciding, I am going to make this better, okay? I am going to really be deliberate with my words. I am going to really be deliberate with my actions. I am going to show love to the people in my life. I am going to show forgiveness. I am going to do thoughtful things. I am going to be open to the inspiration and the ideas that Spirit gives me of how to really create harmony and cohesiveness and connection in my family. So moving on then to Friday, we have the Page of Cups. So with the Page of Cups, this is, again, a shift in the energy in a good way. So the page is almost like a child, like it's a younger energy, right? It's almost like a development of that emotional awareness and that emotional use, like being able to match the right words with the right feelings. So the Page of Cups is a very loving vibration, and it's kind of like a beginner loving vibration, right? It's almost like teaching somebody else. The page is a learner. The page is a student. So here you are, maybe leading the way for your family, leading the way into solving any conflict and shifting the energy, that whatever this energy is. And the page is like that open receptivity by the people around you, maybe especially children, that, really kind of catching on to your lead, okay? On Saturday, you are going to be feeling the Five of Swords energy. The Five of Swords is a little bit of a conflict energy, but the thing about it is that, to me, this is a truth card, okay? So just like you require truth to break free of this stuck energy, the Five of Swords, you can see how he's holding his sword out. The swords represent truth. They represent mental clarity. They represent saying what needs to be said. So whatever still is in existence here, if there's still any domestic disharmony, if there's still arguing or just vibes that don't feel good, continue to use the strength of your words from a compassionate and from really a space of compassionate leadership. Okay, maybe there's a conversation that has to be had that this Page of Cups doesn't want to have. Okay, let's hypothetical, this situation is involving your child. Let's say you're worried about what your kid is up to. You're concerned. Maybe your child is holding something back. They might be being reckless. All right, so let's say you have a teenager or a tween, middle school age, whatever. And the Knight of Cups can potentially be a little bit reckless. So you're really worried. You feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to control them. I don't know what to do. I feel helpless. I feel like I'm worried. I'm concerned. And it can go this can go either way, right? That Wheel of Fortune is like, I don't know how this is going to end up. But then Spirit's kicking in with you on Thursday saying, no, you have say in how this all goes. You need to use the powers that are given to you. Every human being can co-create with Spirit, right? We can teach this young person. We can work with this young person. We can help them manage their emotions. We can have the conversations that they might not want to have, right? But that's what leadership is. Leadership is you being able to say, no, we have to talk about this because this is important. I love you. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to go there. You're not allowed to spend time with that particular person because they're a bad influence or they're not safe. This is the Five of Swords energy of I'm going to say what needs to be said because I love you and my job is not to make you happy. My job is to take care of you, right? That's kind of the vibe that I get from all of this, is that you're really going to have to break out of this mode of being stuck and restricted and feeling helpless. You're going to have to trust in your God-given birthrights of working with your guides and trusting your intuition and working with Spirit and working with your human abilities, okay? Notice he's got the books. He's got all the science lab equipment. He's got the globe. He's also got the energy, right? So it's combining your soul and your personality together to help create a new connection and go in a new direction, okay? So that Five of Swords on Saturday, if it comes up where you need to have a conversation that's not totally easy or that maybe somebody in your family doesn't really want to have with you, just do it anyway, okay? You're being called to do it anyway because it's in everybody's best interest. We've got to clear the air. We need to set new boundaries. We might need to remove privileges. We might need to make up some new rules. We might need to rearrange the way things have been in order to keep this person safe and on the right path. By Sunday, you have a new energy coming through. So now you have a new part of your journey. The Zero card, the Fool card, this is the beginning. This is setting out on a new path. What's really important to me about this is that this means that the work that you're doing this week on whatever the situation is at home, by Sunday, you will have said and done certain things. You have taken action, you have had conversations, you have stayed in a place of leadership and compassion and forgiveness and love, and it has now enabled you to break into a new energetic cycle. So now moving forward, you're going to be operating with an energetic upgrade in this situation. This doesn't mean that the situation is 100% over. What it means is that now you have refreshed the energy. It's like hitting the reset button, and you are going to now proceed with a new idea of approaching things from a different way, all right? Using your words differently, connecting with your loved ones in a different way. This whole thing might open up some new ways to be together, some new ways to connect and love each other and express that to each other. This is some type of a new version coming up. It's also one that calls for humility, all right? So the Fool is also like, be open-hearted, trust that you're being guided in this new situation, this new chapter of learning. You're a student. The Fool does not have everything that he needs yet. The Fool is going to acquire his tools along the way. So just like you access the Magician's energy on Thursday and you're really tapping into what do you know works right now? What have you already experienced up to this point? As a parent, as a spouse, as a sibling, whoever it is, whatever this is, what do you already know works? You're employing what you know works, and now you're going to be bridging yourself into a new journey where you're actually going to get some more tools to add to this magician energy. So overall, you're handling it. Overall, you're handling it with love and compassionate leadership. You're going to have the bravery and the strength to say whatever needs to be said this week because it's in the highest good of the people that you love. You are going to make sure that love is in your conversations. Even if your conversations are serious, you're still going to have a loving vibration to your words. You may say, absolutely not, you're not allowed to do this. I love you, but heck no, right? So it's going to have a delivery with love, but it's going to also be firm. And this mouth spirit, tend to the small things. You are going to soften this situation with making sure that the little things that you do, the little thoughtful moments, the words and the little small actions that you do will go a long way in softening this person's energy. So like I said, if you have a teenager or a child who's not super receptive to whatever it is that you feel right now, the little details that you do, the cooking them their favorite meal, making sure their clothes are washed and ready, helping them with their homework, like the little gestures of love and support are going to go a long way in getting them from being a little bit more reckless and headstrong into an energy of being open and understanding that you have their best interest in mind. All right, so I wish you a great week. Stay strong. Feel free to comment below if you ever want to talk about this. You are going to handle it, and you're going to be better off for it because it's definitely shifting. This week is going to shift you into an energetic upgrade in the relationship or relationships that are being spoken about here. So I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful week. Okay, pile number 4. Here we go. So we're going to pull the overall energies for your week first, and then we'll go into your daily tarot energies and see how they relate to these. Okay, so we're starting off with your life is a canvas, artist, manifestation, creative accountability. So this is a creative card. This is a using your energy for creation, for making something, making your life look the way you want it to be. You have the brown bear spirit, take a time out. So we have some rest coming through. You are not the only pile to get rest as a message. And a personal issue reaches a resolution, full moon in Cancer. All right, so something that has been on your heart, maybe a problem, something that's been weighing on you. It could be a relationship issue. Something is going to resolve itself by the end of the week because that full moon in Cancer, it's the ending of a cycle. Cancer is a water sign. That's our emotions. It's our intuition. It's our relationships. So something that if something has been weighing on you with a certain person in your life, somebody special, where it's been some type of a stressful situation or a disagreement, there's going to be some type of a resolution there, okay? I think this week is going to be not a ton of action for you, okay? So I'm seeing financial discipline, take a time out, but I'm also seeing this get into your head and your heart with creation, right? So I feel like you're going to spend time this week daydreaming, planning, visualizing, maybe actually being creative, okay? But not working too hard, not making any big investments, not committing to anything right now, because then you have that financial discipline card coming up. So it's like, watch what you spend. Make sure you're only spending money on like stuff that really matters to you, stuff that really is, you know, just the necessities this week, right? Like, so we're not going to go on a shopping spree this week. We're going to kind of sit tight with our finances. We're going to take some time to rest and reflect. We have like the greenish blue here. So this is like that heart and that third eye and throat, like really tap into our heart space and our intuition, and how we're feeling. And we're going to spend time being creative. So you're going to spend time doing things that make you feel good, okay? And we'll see what comes up with that personal issue that's going to get resolved. So on Monday, you have the 5 of coins. Tuesday, you have the Knight of coins. Wednesday, you have the 4 of coins. Thursday, you have the Empress. Friday, you have the 4 of cups. Saturday, you have the 9 of wands. I had to think about that number for a second. And then you're ending Sunday with the 2 of coins. Okay, so we got a lot of coin energy happening for you this week. So we have that financial discipline, and then the coins, the pentacles coming up definitely shows that you're going to have a focus on your material things, on your finances, on your job. It's going to be a very like grounded type of a week. The energy for this week for you is going to be grounding and creation, right? So it's going to be taking inventory of what you have. What do you have financially? How are you using what you have financially? What are your responsibilities? What are you how are you managing what you have right now, okay? So on Monday, with this 5 of coins energy, the 5 of coins in other decks indicates, like, usually the Five of Coins is almost like not having enough, but the Five of Coins in this deck is the total opposite. It's that hand open, giving money. So you might actually be receiving money or receiving help tomorrow. Somebody, you know, I don't know if you get paid tomorrow, or somebody's going to make a payment to you based on work that you did already, or somebody's going to gift you with money. But it's really this, you're starting out this focus on Monday with, what do you have? What are your finances? Where are you at? What are the material things that you have? So it's really, the focus is on taking inventory. You have the Knight of Coins, which could be an energy of going for something new. Now, the thing is, it's coming up on the take time out, and because you have this financial discipline, if on Tuesday you get offered to, you know, do something new, something that costs money. If somebody says, hey, let's go here, let's go out to dinner, let's do whatever, and you know that you really shouldn't be spending the money, you're going to have to say no. Don't be reckless, all right? The Knight of Coins potentially could be sometimes reckless. It could be an energy of kind of being impulsive, going for it, like seeing what you want and just like pressing forward and going for it gung-ho. But if you don't stop and take inventory and see if you can do it this week, you might wind up messing yourself up. So since we have the take time out showing up underneath that, I'm going to tell you, be careful of any invitations that you accept. Be careful of making any big purchases this week. I think you need to like definitely make sure you have enough for it. Definitely kind of, so I don't think you should make big purchases at all, actually, because here's what's coming up next. You have the Four of Coins. So here he is with his 4 coins. He's got the ship in the background and the globe. He's like thinking about, what is he going to do? He is saving his coins. He's collecting his coins. He's putting them in the box. He's not spending them, all right? He just came back. The ship is in port right now. He's on land. He's putting his coins in someplace safe. He might have big dreams to be using them somehow, but now is not the time, okay? Because that's coming up over the financial discipline. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you're not going to spend a ton of money, okay? You're going to pay bills if you're paying out stuff, and you're going to be really just stable, and you're going to really think about what your necessities are, because you might want to be saving your money for something that you don't know you're even going to need, okay? Sometimes unexpected stuff comes up. So Spirit is saying, don't be impulsive. Don't make any crazy decisions. Don't spend a ton of money right now. So Thursday, you have the Empress card here, okay? So the Empress card is a beautiful, beautiful creation card. She is the Mother Earth card. You can see all the animals. She has the baby in her arms. She is abundance and creation. So Thursday might be a day where you are just really feeling abundant. Maybe you're receiving opportunities to earn income. Something has come up where you're getting these new ideas. If for some reason money is a stress in your life, Thursday you might really be inspired with new ways to benefit your own finances, okay? Because this is really a card about nurturing and about creating and nurturing. So if there is any financial stress earlier in the week, just sit tight with it. It's okay. It is going to shift. If anytime we feel financial stress, we're being put into a position to have faith. The Empress card is a major arcana card. So if you get some inspiration on Thursday of something new to do for yourself, or a new way of generating income, or any new ideas, that would really be something like new projects or new goals, really pay attention to what's in your heart, because I think it would wind up being something that's really good for you. So then you have the Four of Cups, right? A personal issue reaches a solution. So if your personal issue is finances, you are actually probably Thursday and Friday going to come up with some new ideas that are actually going to benefit you. The Four of Cups is a self-reflection card. You can see he's looking up here. His attention is on this cup up in the clouds. He is really just kind of in his head, just like thinking about what does he want to do? What could he do? What's going to get him that cup up in the clouds? What's going to generate that feeling of satisfaction and what he really wants? Notice all the oranges and the yellows. Cups normally are water sign, but this particular card is really that root, sacral, solar plexus energy, those lower chakras, because that's what roots us to the earth. Okay. So, Our lower chakras are our tie energetically to our human body and to this planet. So I really feel like you're spending this week in a state of, establishing a more stable foundation, really just being rooted and grounded in what you have, what you're creating in your life. Do you have enough of it? If you don't have enough of it, what are you going to do to generate more? What's going to be more true to your heart? Because cups are emotions, right? So what is that thing that you could do, that new step, that new direction that you can go in, that's going to actually really be good for your future, okay? It's going to be good for your soul, and it's going to be good for your future. So I think you are going to figure yourself out without a doubt. I just think you need to be careful and just kind of sit tight with money. So with this 9 of Wands coming up on Saturday, this is definitely, a kind of like feeling burdened card, okay? So the 9 of Wands is I am tired and I have put a lot of effort in, but I don't feel the satisfaction from the effort that I have been putting in. I feel like I'm not getting what I want. I feel frustrated. I feel like, no matter what I do, it's not enough. Okay. So the 9 of Wands is really like, I think a moment on Saturday where you're just going to maybe there's going to be something that you want to do that you don't feel like you have the resources to do. And that's really going to frustrate you. Okay. But here's what we want to remember. When we're in a moment where we're feeling unsatisfied with all of the effort that we've been putting in, when we're not feeling this Empress abundance, when we don't have what we want, it's a time for self-reflection. We have to own our role in our current situation. And that's not always easy, but it's important. On Sunday, you're ending with the 2 of Coins. And the 2 of Coins is the balancing. This is taking inventory of how much money do I bring in? How am I paying my bills? Balancing your checkbook, balancing your finances, budgeting yourself, being responsible. This is about, coming into balance is so important, not even just in your bank account, but it's an energetic necessity. And trust me, I am a person who works on balance every day of my life. And the more imbalanced we are, if we are living above our means, if we are spending more than we're making, if we're putting ourselves into debt, you are imbalancing yourself on an energetic level as much as you are, in money and emotional state, okay? So I think Sunday is going to be a day of self-reflection where you're going to really take a hard look and be like, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of this feeling of being really exhausted because I work really hard. And, I'm tired of this feeling. So I'm going to change some things up. I'm going to do some honest self-reflection. I'm going to make some changes. I'm going to set goals for myself, and I'm going to change things up, okay? So I do think that this week, definitely don't spend a ton of money, okay? Only do what's necessary for yourself. I think in the end, it's going to bring you to a place where you're going to change some habits that need to be changed. All right, so if we go back to this, your life is a canvas. Let's think about that for a second, because your life is a canvas. You get to choose how this all goes down. You get to choose your lifestyle. You get to choose all of it. But it always comes from your mindset and your belief in yourself. So if you have unhealthy patterns of operating that you have put you into a situation that you feel this week of like being really frustrated, understand that changing your mindset, changing your beliefs, changing your habits is going to change your reality. So you're in control. Even if you feel frustrated, you are in control and you have a say in how this all goes. So do the self-reflection. Figure out where you're at. Make a plan to do things a little bit differently. Let your creativity and your guides inspire you to maybe making some choices. Maybe you're going to add more things into your life that you can do. Maybe you're going to delete certain things. Maybe you're spending money in ways that you shouldn't be, that don't serve you. Creative accountability. We are always creating, even when our creations are not what we want them to be. So if a low number in the bank account, and trust me, I get it, but if a low number in the bank account is not what you want to create, then you have to take accountability for that and figure out what to do and how to do it differently. You're going to fix it. You're going to have a shift. By the end of the week, I think you're going to be in a different place. So that's really good. But you have to have that sense of honesty to be able to like take that inventory. All right. And like I said, no big spending this week. Really just kind of go in, figure out what you could be doing better, figure out what would make your life more peaceful, what would generate more happiness for you, because you deserve it, right? We all deserve it. So be humble and figure this out this week, because by the end of the week, you're going to be in a different place. You're going to feel way more empowered. You're going to feel better, and solutions are going to come. I think by the end of the week, you're going to have solutions and inspirations flowing in your brain that are going to be exactly what you need. So be open to that. Say a prayer to Spirit. Spirit, I am open to solutions to whatever I'm facing. I am ready to take action in a way that's going to serve me. Just let Spirit know you're ready, because that's like the green light go of Spirit's going to file away, and they're going to start whispering into your ear and your heart. Here's what you need to do. Here's what's going to help you. Okay. All right. So I hope you guys have a great week. I hope all goes well, and by the end of the week, you will be in an even better situation. And thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.